Yes. The Federal Capital Territory Minister, Nyesom Wike, has approved revocation of 4,794 land titles over non-payment of ground rent for more than 40 years. In the central area, Gariki 1 and 2, Wuse 1 and 2, Asokoro, Maitama, and Gusape, a total of 8,375 property owners have not paid ground rent in the last 43 years. I come again. A total of 8,375 property owners have not paid ground rent in the last 43 years. It should be noted that the FCT administration has made numerous publications in national newspapers and announcements on broadcast media since 2003, calling on defaulters to pay up all outstanding bills and ground rent. All this yielded little response as several allottees failed to pay. It is important to state that payment of ground rent on landed properties in the FCT is founded on extant legislation. It is clearly stipulated in the terms and conditions of grant of right of occupancy, and it is due for payment on the first day of January each year without demand. Consequently, a list of land titles in default of payment of ground rent have been compiled in the 10 oldest districts of Phase 1 of the Federal Capital City, FCC, and they are: 1. Central Area District, Cadastral Zone A00, Gariki 1, Cadastral Zone A01, Wuse 1, that is Cadastral Zone A02, Gariki 2, Zone A03, Asokoro, Zone A04, Maitama, Zone A05, Maitama, Zone A06, Wuse 2, Zone A07, Wuse 2 again, Zone A08, and Gusape, Zone A09. As of today, a total of 6,967,980,119 is owed as ground rent by 8,375 property owners in the FCT. In other words, a total of 8,375 property owners have not paid ground rent up to last year, 2024. A total of 4,795 land titles are in default of ground rent payment for 10 years and above. What I'm saying is that from 10 years above, we have a total of 4,794 landowners that have not paid ground rent. Meaning that in the listed district, 4,794 property owners have not paid ground rent in the last 10 years and above. This is in contravention of the terms and conditions of grant of the right of occupancy in line with the provision of Section 28, subsection 5A and B of the Land Use Act. Consequently, the titles of the properties in default of payment of ground rent for 10 years and above have been revoked forthwith. A grace of 21 days is also given to title holders that are in default of payment of ground rent for between 1 and 10 years, after which the affected titles will be revoked. Thank you.
The question. The revocation that has just been announced today is different from the one you heard. The one you were talking about must be referring to those revocations done in Maitama A10 district. So this is different. This is a very recent one, and it has to do with payments of ground rents, those in default of such payments. Just for a few districts, 10 districts in this instance are the ones that have just been revoked. And all the districts mentioned here are the 10 oldest districts in the Phase 1 of the Federal Capital City. So this is different from the revocation that you are talking about. It's a very recent one, and it's just been announced. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. What I understand you say is that you want adequate publicity to be given to the revocation. Yes, that will be done. For now, we are sending out revocation notices to the affected allottees. When you revoke land, you have to convey it. You have to send it to the allottee or the assignee, the person to whom title is deployed. And until that is done, you wouldn't have effectively revoked any title. So for now, we are sending out revocation notices. When we conclude in the next few days, there might be need to make newspaper or any other means of letting everybody know what has happened. But what is important, especially for the landholders, is that those that have defaulted in paying ground rents on their properties for 10 years and above, that their titles have been revoked. And I want to point out that for now, the revocation is not affecting every title holder in the FCT. And the approach is to take it phase by phase and category by category. As you heard him say, those who are in default of between 1 year and 10 years, or 9 years and 11 months and 29 days, have not been revoked. They are being given 21 days grace period within which they can make their payments. And after the 21 days, those of them who don't make those payments, their titles will be similarly revoked. Then, when we are done with phase 1, we will go into the phase 2. So phase 1 districts are actually 11 as at today, or rather 12 as at today. But we decided to take on 10. The central area, the Wuse one, the Garaki one, the Garaki 2, Wuse 2 districts, two cadastral zones, Maitama district, 2 cadastral zones, and then Guzape. That will give you a total of course, Asokoro. That will give you a total of 10 districts. We didn't talk about Maitama 2, that is cadastral zone A10. We didn't talk about Guzape 2, cadastral zone A11. Those are still phase 1 districts. But because of where they are and the level of developments currently there, the minister decided that he needs to give them some time to fulfill their obligations in this regard. When we are done with phase 1, I don't know how long that will take, but it's not going to take so long from now. We go into the phase 2. Phase 2 talks about Gudu district, Durumi district, Wuye district, Jabi district, Mabushi district, Otako district, Dakibiu district, Katambe district, Katambe extension district, and a number of them. So what we are talking about today is just phase 1 districts from A01 to A09. So after which we go into other districts. Thank you very much. As you rightly mentioned, most of the payments that are standing are over 40 years. In fact, some of them are 43 years. This didn't just come. The FCTA has, in an effort to get the allottees to pay, made certain publications in the newspapers. I will read out some of them. In 2023, the FCTA made publication in 6 national dailies on 3 consecutive working days. Thursday, 19th of October, 2023, Friday, 20th of October, 2023, and Monday, 23rd of October, 2023, in the following newspapers: This Day Nigeria, Abuja Digest, Leadership Newspaper, Vanguard Newspaper, Sun Newspaper, and the Nation Newspaper. And we are talking of about 254 pages of publications, of titles who are owing ground rents, with the request that they should come and settle them. 2023, and we're in 2025. Some did, some did not. In June 2024, such publications were made again. In this time around, 7 national dailies. All of these plus Punch newspaper, running into several pages in each of the newspapers. In fact, a minimum of 47 pages in each of the national dailies. You imagine what that means and the cost to the administration. Further, in October 2024, such publication was made. This time around, television and radio, jingles were employed to deal with that. including prime time news hours that our SSA and the director of media and all of the people involved used to pass the message across to the allottees and the title holders. Still nothing happened. So when you say, whether they are notified or whether they should, no, they were adequately notified. And with this action is just being taken in March 2025. And now, about your question about what will happen to those properties. Yes. Of course, once a title is revoked, the property reverts to the FCTA. So effectively, all these 4,794 properties have reverted to the FCTA automatically. So the FCTA will decide on what to do with them. The minister will take that decision. Whatever he wants to do with them, he will do that. The properties have left the hands of the title holders with this revocation and has reverted to the FCTA. That is the implication of this revocation. Okay. Thank you very much.
And in the statistics for proper reporting.
Yeah, thank you very much. The revocation affected every allottee. Private companies, private individuals, government institutions, everybody. This is the list. It has everybody. Anybody that has contravened is there. So it doesn't matter if you're a government organization, you should pay your ground rent. If you're a private concern, as an individual or company or whatever, you should pay. You are an allottee. So it cuts across everybody.
Sorry, let me take this one. Under normal circumstances, there shouldn't be any grace at all, because this is what property owners should do without demand. It is only here that we want to ask. We say government should give notice. You don't wait for anybody to give notice to you before you eat in your house in the morning, before you buy fuel in your car and move out. Some people have been living in houses, probably collecting rents for 20, 30, 40, 43 years. And you still want government to still come and say, come and pay. Even giving those who have not paid within that 1 and 10 years, that grace is to show that the government, the FCT Minister, the administration is magnanimous enough, so that at least people can say that it is not under normal circumstances between you and I. Should there be any grace at all? There shouldn't be. So if by 21 days those affected refuse to pay, then the same fate that what has happened to these other people will also happen to them. And you should know one thing and get this right. This minister, like they say in the street, he know they look face. I can assure you that this list that you are seeing here, he did not even read them. He did not check them to know who and who are involved. He did not check. And by the time you begin to check this list, you are likely even going to see the name of his friends there. He did not check.
I did not talk about eviction. Not that that is not possible. I only said that those properties have reverted to the FCTA. And in due course, the minister will take a decision on that.